Hi, welcome to ChannelShift.com. I'm Rob D'Amico alongside Michele Rahal. Let's talk a little pit road safety today. We had two problems, one in NASCAR and one in Indy. Casey Kane came in the pits and hit one of Jeff Burton's guys, threw him up over the hood. There's a dangerous situation. I know we're going to see this and we're going to continue to see it, but is there anything that these guys can do?
I don't think there's anything they can possibly do. I mean, let's face it, until the car completely comes to a stop, and the guys come over the wall, it just doesn't make any sense. They're already at 55 and 35 miles an hour. How can you slow them down any more than that? And in Formula One, you've never seen anything like it. These cars used to come down pit lane at over 100 miles an hour, and they would scream out of the pits at 100 miles an hour. These are cars that go from 0 to 60 in 2.4 seconds. They had to slow them down because of deaths. I don't think there's much more that they can do, Rob. I really don't.
Is there a way they can make these pit boxes any bigger? I mean, give these guys some more room. These guys' feet are hanging out the back here, and it's almost like I'm just waiting for this moment to happen again. We saw it in 1990, and we've seen it in other series where these guys die on pit lane. It is so hard to watch, folks.
Well,
there's got to be something.
They need to have a spotter, okay? At least have some sort of a safety spotter that can keep an eye on what's about to take place. That's been I think the bulk of the problem all along, is that you got everybody working on the car and not someone watching to see what may take place and being able to anticipate it. In Formula One, you see a lot less of it now because of the guy that's standing there with what they call the lollipop. He's watching everybody. He's making sure that nobody moves until he lifts that lollipop.
He likes that word, lollipop.
Lollipop, lollipop.
All right, the big bonehead move of the week was Marty Roth, man, in the IRL. That was the most embarrassing thing I've seen. He came in the pits, ran over the back of the guy's legs. Then when the guy got up, he went over to say something to him in the car, and then he ran over his foot. So what did he do? The crew guy jumped up and tried to punch him in the head. I don't blame the guy, man, but that was a bonehead move. And this guy Roth, this isn't the first time he's gotten in trouble.
Marty Roth, 2 words. What more do I need to say? You know what I'm saying? I mean,
simple.
you're talking about average drivers. Give me a break. Marty Roth, average, below average.
All right, let's talk about this.
And an idiot.
Yeah, well, we got that, obviously. We saw that on tape. Traveling safety teams. NASCAR doesn't have that yet. Other series do. We definitely need that.
That is a huge bone of contention with me. It has been for years. NASCAR has just resisted the traveling safety team, and they keep citing liability. Well, Formula One has a traveling safety team with doctors. IndyCar has a traveling safety team with doctors. They know the drivers. They know who they are. They know what they need. But yet NASCAR leaves it up to the individual tracks. Well, that's a lovely thing until you run into a life-threatening situation and they don't know a damn thing about the drivers. I think NASCAR, you need to rethink what you're doing. Dedicated. It could be a sponsored team. You don't have to pay for it. Somebody else can pay for it. Traveling safety team, gotta have it.
Is this going to be another situation where somebody has to die? Remember Dale Earnhardt Sr. back in 2001? We've seen some great innovations come out after that. Is that what it's going to take?
They weren't innovations that came out after that. They'd been around for years. The Hans device would have saved Dale Earnhardt's life. That was not an unsurvivable accident. And I know there are reports everywhere that say it was unsurvivable. Not true. His seatbelt was in the wrong place, it was hooked up wrong, and he wasn't wearing a Hans device. He refused to wear one. Well, after he died, now it's mandated. It was mandated in the Formula Car Series long before. And is it going to take another death of some sort for them to change what they do on pit road? It's entirely possible. But you know what? The Hans device saved Michael McDowell's life, no doubt about it, in his qualifying accident. And Heikki Kovalainen into a tire barrier in Barcelona at 140 miles an hour. Absolutely, it saved his life. He ends up with a concussion when he would have ended up dead.
They need to get on the ball on this one before something else happens. There's no doubt. If you got an opinion, we want to hear all about it. Send it to us. ChannelShift.com. Hit the upload button. For Michele Rahal, I'm Rob D'Amico. Thanks for watching.